It's still Thursday, July 19th, 2018. I'm not in Woodstock, I'm not in Crystal Lake, I'm not in McHenry. I am in some other small little town in, what would this be? Southwest, south, center, west, I don't know. We're west of Illinois. On my way to close to Chicago, close to O'Hare Airport. This is Guy's Daily Drive. Okay, well, it is late Thursday. I finished the drive this morning for the earlier Guys Daily Drive. Met up with Mike Potter, and we met up at the McHenry Community College, which is where MacStock 2018 is going to be, and helped him unload some of the stuff that he has in his car. I got a sneak peek at some of the swag for the people who bought weekend passes. It's pretty sweet. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm so excited. But what I'm doing tonight, now tomorrow's going to be a really, really busy day, as I am going to O'Hare Airport, and I'm going to meet up with Dr. Mac, Bob Levitas, and Kelly Gumont, and I'm going to drive them from the airport back, to this general area. Because I'm not actually in Woodstock or Crystal Lake or any of those places. That's where I'm going to be taking them. Now, what I'm doing tonight is I'm selling off some of my old. I keep saying old. It's not old. My audio gear that I no longer use. It's a Behringer Xenix 1204 mixer. It's not the fancy 1204 mixer. Though the only big difference between the X1204 and the 1204 is that the X1204 has these built-in effects, reverb and stuff like that. Nothing that's super earth-shattering. I actually got that one first and then returned it for the regular Xenix 1204, which was less money, because I couldn't see the need of using reverb and some of the effects that is mostly for people who are recording music. And since I'm not recording music, I didn't need all that stuff. Keep it simple, as well, at least as simple as you can. So, but once I got rid of the Mac Pro, it really didn't make any sense to continue to use the mixer. So that's when I got the Behringer USB audio interface, which is what I'm using now. Excuse me. So that, along with two Audio-Technica ATR 2100 USB microphones, and the cabling and the little stands and stuff that came with that, along with two Simply Sound SS1 mic actuators, is what I'm going to be selling to Dave Ginsberg. This is stuff that he wanted, and the reason why I'm going over to his house instead of just giving it to him on Saturday, which I very well could have done. I want him to be happy with the stuff that he's buying. And once I'm gone, once I've headed back to DC, it's not like he'll be able to, set up an RMA and return this stuff to me. So I want him to be happy. I want him to try it out, and I want him to know what it is he's getting and how to set it up. I'm going to help him with that. And if for some reason, and it doesn't matter, if for some reason he decides that no, this isn't really for him, that's fine. I'll just take this stuff back home and continue to try to sell it on Facebook. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I met up with, I met up with Mike. We met at the McHenry Community College. We took all the stuff out of his car, his Jeep, and it was all the swag, not all of it, but a lot of the swag that's going to be given away. Got it inside one of the breakout rooms, and then I got the stuff that I'm giving away for Mac Swap out of my car, and also put it in that breakout room. And then he had some other stuff that he needed to pick up at his office that he was also going to be using for Mac stock. And, my knee isn't really bothering me now. I'm able to walk around on it pretty good. I drove all the way here on it. So that's good. That's a good thing. It's still kind of bruised. But it's, it doesn't hurt. That's the part that matters. So I was able to get up the steps where his office is in downtown Woodstock. This is the same Woodstock where Groundhog Day, some of the outdoor scenes for Groundhog Day, the movie, was filmed. And I went up to the top of the steps. Excuse me. And when I walked in the door, the first thing I saw, it was so cool. It was an Apple II. I think he said it was a 2E, or maybe it was a 2C, or one of those two. But there was this little tiny green monochrome monitor that was attached to it. I don't think the screen was bigger than 9 or 10 inches. It was probably smaller than an iPad screen. But it just looked so cool to see those two things together with the little stand that I guess came with the monitor. It just looked so cool. And I'm looking at, he had a Newton. He had an original Newton. I don't know if it was the original Newton, but he did have a Newton, and he said he had all the accessories for it and stuff. He had an old, I can't remember what they called it. It was like the purple iMac, when they were like the kind of bulbous shape. And then in the other room, he had an eMac. Now, the eMac looked a lot like the iMac of the time. You had the screen in front. It was all in one design, screen in front. Great big kind of bulbous shape in the back that the CRT kind of filled up the rest of the space inside. Except it didn't have the G3 that the iMacs had. It had a G4, and it was called the eMac. Originally, it was supposed to just be for the education market, but so many people wanted it that Apple finally released it as a standalone machine, and I think it was only around for a single year, but it looked really, really cool. He had a Quicksilver tower. It was a newer model than the one I have. The one I have started off as a 933 megahertz G4, and then I got, as a review, a dual processor to replace the 933 with like a 1.8 gigahertz dual G4, which really extended the life of that computer well beyond what I probably would have kept it for. Well, the one he had was newer. It had these what looked like little air intakes or outtakes or something like that on the bottom. It was a really, really cool looking design. But the part that really blew me away, the thing that I saw that just made me go, wow. Mike has built a podcast studio in one of the spare rooms of his office. It has the green screen. It's got this really cool desk that it sits in front of. and mics and lights and all kinds. I mean, all the stuff that I wish I had. And he's got it. He's got it right there. It looks so. I wish that I was going to be here for a little while longer. I would love to use it. I did talk to him about using it and maybe doing something for Mac Eyes Only, a video or something. But we're going to have to wait and see if there's time and whether either one of us will have the energy to do something like that. Because the only time that it's really going to be possible is going to be Sunday night once MacStock closes down. And we both may be just too exhausted to even deal with it. So I mean, we'll see. But I would love to see how all the lights work and the way the whole setup is. He's got the green screen, so he can put really any backdrop that he wants to. He can put back behind it. It just looks amazing. So we got the second round of stuff over to the college and helped him get that inside. And then I went over and checked into the hotel. And the hotel, it's really, really nice. It's here in McHenry, and it's not that far away from the where MacStock is going to be. Stupid people blowing their horns. And they had it really, really. It's the. I'll tell you the name of the hotel. It's the McHenry. Now I'm blanking on the name. I was going to tell you what the name of the hotel was. Hampton Inn, McHenry Hampton Inn. But they had like little gift bags for everybody checking in for MacStock. It's and the place where the Friday night get together is going to be is like just on the other side of the parking lot from the hotel. The McHenry County College or community college isn't that far away. It's just like a couple miles. So it's really ideally located. Now, the last few years that I've gone to MacStock, actually all the years that I've gone to MacStock, which is all of them, I've stayed at the Comfort Inn, which is there on Route 14. And that's also a very nice hotel. But pretty much everyone last year stayed at this Hampton Inn, and we were getting some discounts because this was, we were all here for MacStock. So it was kind of a wash as far as the price goes. And it was, better look, and there was nothing wrong with the Comfort Inn. It's also a nice hotel. But the Hampton Inn is where most of the people are staying, most of the speakers are staying, and it's just a better location. So I went ahead and booked a room there. I'm not the first one. That kind of surprised me. I was not the first one for MacStock to be here. I figured coming in on Thursday that I would be the first one there, but I wasn't. Adam Christensen from the MacCast got there before I did. I tried to call him, but there was no answer in his room. Maybe he knew it was me and was avoiding me. I don't want to see a guy. I don't blame him. So that's the deal. That's what's going on. I am still a half hour away from Dave's house, but I'm not going to sit here and record the whole time. I've got another microphone that I'm going to try. This is another lapel microphone. I started to kind of take it apart here in the car, thinking that all I had to do was plug it in. No, it's a little more complicated than that. So I'm going to take it over to Dave's house, actually look at the instructions. I know, crazy talk. Put it together, and maybe try it out a little bit while I'm there at Dave's house, see how it sounds. And then may use it tomorrow when I pick up Bob and Kelly from O'Hare Airport. So that's about it. By the time you see this, MacStock will probably be over, so you missed it. It was a good time. I'll tell you right now, it hasn't even happened yet, and I can tell you it was a good time. So If you'd like to get a hold of me and say, Guy, I'm so sorry that we missed MacStock, because it's a good time, just send an email to guy@mymac.com. You can tweet me over there on the Twitters. My Twitter name to talk to me and send me tweets is MacParrot. Wednesday nights, I'm over there on the Facebooks, and I'm doing the Mac to the Future livecast, usually with Warren Sklar. On the weekends, I'm recording the MyMac.com podcast with Gazmaz. Don't miss that. Subscribe to that. All of this stuff is available. You can also, you don't have to watch this on YouTube if you don't want to. You can just listen to it, because I'm converting these into audio, and you can subscribe to them and download them and listen to them via iTunes or the podcatcher of your choice. Absolutely no problem there. So, thanks for downloading, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. You can actually help me get through paying for all this stuff. You can become a patron. There will be some exclusive content. I've already got one video posted that is exclusive for Patreon supporters. And you can also, if you don't want to do that, you can do a one-time gift of about $3. Over there at ko-fi.com, coffee.com. For both Patreon and coffee.com, you can look me up by name, Guy Searle, or you can also find me in both of those by doing a search for MacParrot. So that's going to do it for, I think, this evening. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate it. And we shall catch you next time on Guy's Daily Drive.